විවිධ තරු විවිධ අවස්ථාවල විවිධ වේදිකාවල ඇගයීමට සම්මානයට පාත්‍ර වෙනවා. හැබැයි මොහොතක් කල්පනා කරලා බලන්න අපේ සමාජයේ තවත් මිනිසුන් කොටාශකගේ ප්‍රගමනය වෙනුවෙන් ඔවුන්ගේ උන්නතිය සඳහා තම කාලය, ශ්‍රමය, ධනය කැප කරන මිනිසුන් ඇගීමට ලක් වුණාද, ඇගීමට ලක් වෙනවද කියලා. ඔව්. ඒ වේදිකාව නිර්මාණය කළේ එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ ස්වේච්ඡා සේවකයන් සහ නිවුස් ෆර්ස්ට් අපි. 2011 වසරේදී පළමු වරට ඒ අපේ කාලයේ වීරයන් ඇගීමට ලක් වුණා. සමාජයේ උන්නතිය උදෙසා, ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය සමාජයේ ප්‍රගමනය උදෙසා තම කාලය, ශ්‍රමය, ධනය වැය කරන ඒ නිහඬ සේවයක නිරත උදාරතරයින් ඇගීමට ලක්වන්නේ මේ තෙවැනි වරටයි. ආයුබෝවන්, සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක්. මේ වී සම්මාන 2015
மனிதத்தை உயிர்க்கச் செய்து எமது தேசத்தின் நாலா திசைகளிலும் மனிதாபிமானத்தை துளிர்க்கச் செய்த மகோன்னதமானவர்களை கௌரவிக்கும் இந்த பொன்மாலை பொழுதில் இணைந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் அனைவரையும் இன்முகம் காட்டி, இருகரம் நீட்டி, அன்பு பாராட்டி வரவேற்பதில் பெருமிதம் கொள்கிறோம். தன்னலமற்ற தன்னார்வ சேவையினால் தனித்துவமாக மிளிரும் தன்னார்வ தொண்டர்களை கௌரவித்து அவர்களின் மகிழ்ச்சியை, புன்முறுவலை, குதூகலிப்பை காணும் எதிர்பார்ப்பில் உங்களுடன் சேர்ந்து நாங்களும் இன்று பூரித்து நிற்கிறோம். ஐக்கிய நாடுகள் சபையினுடைய தொண்டர் அமைப்புடன் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையை எங்கள் செய்தியாக கொண்டுள்ள நியூஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இணைந்து விருது வழங்கல் விழாவிலே தன்னார்வ தொண்டர்களை கௌரவிப்பதில் கம்பீரம் கொள்கிறது. தமது உடல், பொருள், ஆவி என்கின்ற அனைத்தையும் பிறர் நலனுக்கால் ஆகுதி ஆக்கியவர்கள் தன்னார்வ தொண்டர்கள். அமைதியாய் தொண்டாற்றியவர்களின் வாழ்வில் விளக்கேற்றும் விருது வழங்கல் விழா 2015.
Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to V Awards. Newsfirst, Sri Lanka's #1 news provider, together with United Nations volunteers, began this quest with a single ethos in mind, that is, to shine a light on those who serve in silence. During the last few years, we organized 2 such events. We recognized and honored everyday people changing the world. And we are here today to recognize and honor yet again a group of brave men and women who stood up when the country needed them the most, who stood up when someone out there said, "I need help." They are resilient. They are courageous. They answered the call for service. And this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we will recognize their work. We will honor their service. And we will inspire a nation to volunteer through their actions. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy this evening as we crown Sri Lanka's next Volunteer of the Year.
Recognizing those who serve in silence. Honoring their selfless contribution to society. And inspiring generations. We began our quest in 2011 to shine a light on those who serve in silence.
This award is not for me, this is to my autistic children.
An initiative by Newsfirst and UN volunteers to celebrate the heart of humanity. We continued our journey to 2013.
අධ්‍යාපනය ලබා දෙන්න ඔවුන් අසරණ කරන්න එපා. මිහිරියාවේ භුක්ති විඳින සියලුම අයිතිවාසිකම් අපට භුක්ති විඳින අවස්ථාව දෙන්න.
Today, we will recognize and honor those who serve in silence and inspire a nation to volunteer. That is our pledge.
Let us recognize selfless contribution. Let us honor those who serve in silence.
Come join us in celebrating the spirit of humanity, the joy of giving and the love for caring.
V Awards to salute these noble change makers.
People will forget what you said. They will forget what you did. But they will never forget how you make them feel. The quest has begun. Who will be the next volunteer of the year?
Ladies and gentlemen, to officially welcome you all, let me warmly welcome on stage Mr. Shaban Daniel, Group Director, the Capital Maharaja Organization Limited.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to the third V Awards celebration and awards ceremony. Right at the top, I'd like to take a moment to recognize a few people and teams who are responsible to putting together today. First of all, Newsfirst, Stein Studios, United Nations, volunteers, and of course the V-Force. Without the dedication and hard work and the concerted efforts of these young people, tonight would certainly not be beautiful and perfect. Now, it may sound like a cliche, but our sponsors, Solinco and Commercial Credit, without you, tonight would certainly not be possible. Thank you for continuously putting your belief and faith in the V Awards. The Ministry of Social Welfare, without you, the V Awards would have been a very difficult process. Thank you for always supporting us right from the start. What are the V Awards? Is it just another awards ceremony where we recognize a few people who have done well, who have served others? Or is it something different? Recently, at the World Economic Forum, the Canadian Prime Minister gave a stirring and eloquent speech on what he feels leadership is. In it, he spoke of the advances of technology and sciences. He noted that despite the amazing advances in sciences and technology particularly, the life that we all want, the equality that we all desire, cannot be achieved only by technology and science. He alluded to the fact that what is required is leadership. The kind of positive, ambitious leadership that will invest in its people. Newsfirst is interested in that kind of leadership. Newsfirst wants to go out into the rural areas of Sri Lanka and give an opportunity to everyone to prove that they are indeed world class. This is what the V Awards is about. And remember, Newsfirst will also stand in between those leaders who prey on the anxieties of the downtrodden and the disenfranchised. This is why the V Awards is important to us. Remember that those who are recognized by the V Awards seek no vote and certainly not public office. They simply serve because they have understood the fundamental element in human progress, and that is that we all live for each other. We all live for each other. Tonight, we recognize those who serve in silence, but we also recognize those people, Sri Lankans, who work and do all they can to change their communities, and as they do that, lift Sri Lanka to its rightful place on the world stage. Tonight, we recognize and feat those who serve in silence and also that very special kind of Sri Lankan leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Professor Siri Hettige, Senior Professor, Department of Sociology, University of Colombo. Dr. Vinya Ariratna, General Secretary, Sarvodaya Shramadana Movement. Deshabandhu, Ms. Jazima Ismail, Human Rights Activist. Ms. Malkanti Vikramasinghe, Advisor, Office of National Unity and Reconciliation. Dr. M. Karunanidhi, Professor, Department of Social Science Education, University of Colombo. Ms. Ambika Satkunanathan, Commissioner, Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka. Be Awards 2015 Panel of Judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me warmly welcome on stage Mr. Mohan Barara, CEO, Group Director, the Capital Maharaja Organization Limited.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure being here with all of you at the third edition of the B Awards. The Capital Maharaja Organization Limited is grateful to the United Nations for associating with us in this initiative. The logo of B Awards has three words: recognize, honor, inspire. I'm sure all of those who volunteer neither seek recognition nor honor. However, what B Awards manages to do by recognizing and honoring those involved in selfless service is to inspire others to help those already engaged in volunteer effort and to become change initiators themselves. If one person can impact positively the life of one person, we need 11 million volunteers in Sri Lanka. However, if one person can impact 1,000 people, we need only 22,000 volunteers. And ladies and gentlemen, we have about 25,000 you reporters who are also all volunteers. So that number is not impossible to achieve. The Capital Maharaja Organization, through its media network, connects with the whole of Sri Lanka. It would be our endeavor to inspire all 22 million Sri Lankans through the stories of those being recognized and honored today. The Capital Maharaja Organization thanks all those engaged in volunteer work, and especially those being recognized today for their selfless effort, because without that, ladies and gentlemen, we wouldn't have a story to tell. Thank you for participating, and thank you for inspiring us to inspire others. Thank you.
V Awards 2015 finalists.
සොබාදම් මෑණියන්ගේ අපූරු නිර්මාණයක් ලෙස බොල්ගොඩ නදිය සතා සේපාවාට මෙන්ම සුන්දරත්වයටද තෝතැන්නක්. එහෙව් සුන්දරත්වයක් අඳුරු වලාවකින් වැසී යන්නේ අපේම මිනිසුන්ගේ මානව ක්‍රියාකාරකම් නිසාය.
මධ්‍යම පරිසර අධිකාරියට, පහත්දිම ගොඩගිරීමේ සංස්ථාවට, නගර සභාවට, ඒ වගේ ආයතන වලට මේ බොල්ගොඩ කියන පද්ධතිය ලොකු මුදල් ඉපීමේ ඉල්ලමක් වෙලා තිබුණේ.
ධන කුවේරයන්ගේ ධනයටත් බලවතුන්ගේ බලයටත් අතරමං වී හඬන බොල්ගොඩ ගංගාවේ කඳුළු පිසින්නට ඔහු තම පණ දෙවැනි කොට ඉදිරිපත් වන්නේ අපේ කාලයේ පරිසරවේදියා ලෙසයි.
ඔහුට තිබුණා ඔහුගේ ජීවිතය පිළිබඳ ඉතාමත් අමනිසිත තත්ත්වයක්.
සිය හුස්ම පොතටත් වඩා බොල්ගොඩ ගඟට ආදරය කරන අපේ කාලයේ පරිසරවේදියා අනුරාධ නිලුපොල්.
මගේ ස්වාමි පුරුෂයා එයා තමයි මට ඉගැන්වුවේ ප්‍රජාවට ආදරෙන් ප්‍රජාවට අවශ්‍ය දේවල් කරන්න.
සිය ආත්මීය සෙවණැල්ල හොර රහසේම නික්ම යද්දී ඇය ඔහුගේ සිහින යථාර්ථයක් බවට පත් කිරීමට අදිටන් කරගන්නේ නොසැලෙන ධෛර්යයකින්. කිසිවෙක් විශේෂ ආබාධිත මිනිසුන් දෙස නොබැලූ යුගයක ඇය උතුරා ගිය මව් සෙනෙහසින් සෙනෙහබර මවක් වී දැයි දරුවන්ගේ හීනවලට පණ දෙන්නට තරම් මානුෂික වුණා. ජීවිතවලට නව ජීවයක් ගෙන එමින් වල් බිහිවී ගිය මිනිසුන්ගේ ප්‍රාර්ථනාවලට දළුලන්නට පස සකසන ඇය කුමරණී වික්‍රමසූරිය මහත්මියයි. මත් උවදුර නිසා සමාජය ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කළ මිනිසුන් නැවතත් සමාජගත කිරීමත් පීඩිත මිනිසුන් උදෙසා විවිධ සහනශීලී ව්‍යාපෘති ගණනාවක්ම එතුමන් විසින් තම දායකත්වයෙන් සිදු කරනු ලබනවා.
නිවාස යෝජනා ක්‍රමයට අතින් දෙන්න හිතුනේ මට ඒ කාලේ හැටියට සුනාමියක් ආවා, මූද කාදනයක් ආවා. මේ දෙක කරනකොටගෙන විවිධටපත් වූ පවුල් ගොඩක් හිටියා.
සමාජශීලී මිනිසුන් බිහි කිරීමේ අරමුණෙන් තම පරාර්ථකාමී මෙහෙවර ඉදිරියට ගෙන යන හයිසින්ත් තිසේරා පියතුමන් සැබෑ පරමාදර්ශී මිනිසෙක්. සවියෙන් නැගී සිටින්නට වාරු නැති මිනිසුන්ට දිරිය ශක්තිය වූ එතුමන් මෙවර වී සම්මානය උදෙසා නිර්දේශ වන්නේ ලාංකේය ජන සමාජයට කළ උත්තුංග සමාජ මෙහෙවර නිසාමයි.
V Awards 2015 finalists.
ලැබුණු දහස් ගණනක් අයදුම්පත් අතරින් විනිශ්චය මණ්ඩලයේ තීරණය අනුව නිහඬ සේවයේ නිරත වූ 10 දෙනෙකු වී සම්මානය සඳහා හිමිකම් කියන්නන් අතරට අපි තෝරාගෙන අවසන්. ශමීර්, මේ සන්ධ්‍යාවේ ස්වර්ණමය අවස්ථාවද?
Absolutely right, Vasanta. The time has come. We've selected 10 finalists for the V Awards 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, let's recognize Mr. Anuradha Nilpul from Colombo.
අපි රටට හඳුන්වා දෙන අවසන් ස්වේච්ඡාසේවකයන් 10 දෙනා අතරින් පළමුවෙන් අපි හඳුන්වා දෙන්නේ අනුරාධ නිලුපුල්.
Anuradha Nilpul would be recognized by a V-Force member, Dunuki Tirakavala. Thank you very much, Mr. Lipul. Next up is Miss Kumarani Vikramasuriya from Hambantota.
ආබාධිත මිනිසුන්ගේ ජීවන තත්ත්වය නගා සිටුවීමට ඇය උරදෙන තැනැත්තියක්. කුමරණී වික්‍රමසූරිය මහත්මිය අද දවසේදී අපේ අවසන් 10 දෙනා අතරට පැමිණි නිහඬ සේවකයින් අතරින් තවත් එක් තැනැත්තියක් ලෙස අපි රටට ඇය හඳුන්වා දෙන අවස්ථාව.
Miss Vikramasuriya has been recognized by Nafan Muhammad, a VFOS member. Thank you very much, Miss Vikramasuriya. She was recognized for her services for the rehabilitation of persons with disabilities.
හොඳයි අපි සූදානම් අද දවසේදී තෙවැන්නා හඳුන්වා දෙන්නට නිහඬ සේවයේ නිරත වෙන පෝල් සත්කුණනායකම් පියතුමා ඔබ මෙලෙස මේ වේදිකාවේදී හඳුනා ගන්නවා නිහඬ සේවයේ නිරත වෙන තවත් සුවිශේෂී චරිතයක් ලෙස.
Vasanta, we are recognizing now Reverend Father Hyacinth Tisera, 62-year-old father. Please come on stage. You have been recognized now for your services towards the rehabilitation of people with substance addiction.
Hyacinth Tisera පියතුමන් අපි ඊළඟට හඳුනා ගන්නේ අද දවසේදී මේ ස්වේච්ඡා සේවයේ නිරත වෙමින් වේ සම්මානය සඳහා හිමිකම් කියන්නට යන ගමනේ තෙවැන්නා ලෙස.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ranukshi Dharmaratna, VFOS member, recognized and honored Reverend Father Hyacinth Tisera.
Shamir, අපි තිදෙනෙක් හඳුනාගෙන අවසන්. මේ වී සම්මානය සඳහා යන ගමනට ස්ත්‍රී පුරුෂ, ජාති, ආගම්, කුල, මල මේ සියල්ල බේදයක් නැහැ.
You're right, Vasanta. There is no caste, there is no creed irrespective of what they believe. It's the call for service. It's a time that we celebrate the heart of humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, to welcome you all, let me warmly welcome on stage Mr. Jorn Sorensen, UNDP resident representative of Sri Lanka.
Service, love, inspire. The essence of today's gathering. Finalists of the V Awards, we salute you. Distinguished guests, dear friends and volunteers. It gives me immense pleasure to be here at this occasion today, where you recognize the silent volunteer heroes who continue to put service for others above all, who spread and share love and stand as an inspiration to all of us. Since its inception in 2011, the V Awards continue to recognize selfless acts of volunteerism. The United Nations Development Programme, working in Sri Lanka for 5 decades as a key development partner, is honored to partner with this initiative, which awake the inner volunteer in all of us. Spearheading an initiative like this over several months is no easy task. I commend the dedication and the efforts of the National Steering Committee on Volunteering, the esteemed panel of judges, and thank all the partners, the Ministry of Social Empowerment and Welfare, the Ministry of Disaster Management, and Newsfirst for their unwavering support to make V Awards 2015 a success. Thank you to all those who shared stories of service, love, and inspiration. Our team received more than 600 nominations, the highest number of nominations we have received ever. Here we should note that these are nominations, these are not applications. Many across Sri Lanka have shared stories because they want a humble individual to be recognized for their service and their inspiration. Volunteers are catalysts for change and key to finding sustainable solutions to development challenges. They feel the pulse, understand the challenges of their community, and they initiate innovative and work tirelessly with others to make society better. Youth are often referred to as future leaders, placing service, love, and inspiration at the center. Our V-Force, the team of youth volunteers, is a clear example of this. Thank you, V-Force, for being a strength behind all 3 editions of the V Awards. Finally, I'm sure I speak on the entire United Nations family in Sri Lanka when I say we are proud to be part of V Awards. And we assure you of our commitment to recognize and honor these wonderful human beings who continue to inspire through their service and acts of love. Thank you for this unique partnership. And thank you and have a great evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me warmly welcome on stage Ms. Nidra Veerasinghe, Group Director, Electronic Media Business, the Capital Maharaja Organization Limited.
Good evening, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. MTV, MBC and Newsfirst, Sri Lanka's most dynamic media network, are leaders, trendsetters and innovators in our industry. However, it is not the only thing that defines us. We have, over the past 20 years, stepped into the role of national broadcaster on many occasions in using our commercial channels to connect with people and initiate public response at times when it is most needed. We understand that volunteering makes important economic and social contributions towards a more cohesive society by building trust and reciprocity among its citizens. We have been at the forefront in leading many national campaigns to empower people and their communities. Many people, especially here in Sri Lanka, are generous volunteers. We have personally experienced this through the many initiatives we have led in times of natural disasters, like landslides, droughts, floods, and even during the tsunami, and recently the earthquake in Nepal, inviting volunteers to partner with us, where the response every time from the general public has been overwhelming. It has also been a key factor to get the government to act, in many instances, on these humanitarian efforts. I must mention, though, it has also been challenging at times, but an extremely rewarding experience. We have seen the benefits of volunteerism extending far beyond immediate response, which has humbled us into realizing that we in the media have the power to inspire people towards action within their communities, not merely as victims of disasters, but proactive volunteers who have the ability and resilience to learn from such experiences and rebuild their communities. We are honored to partner on such initiatives as the V Awards, which recognizes volunteers, and I wish to thank the UN and our partners, Commercial Credit and Leselinco, who have partnered us on this journey. We know that we don't necessarily have to engage in great heroic acts, but many of us, through small acts multiplied, can make a difference. Being leaders in this industry, it is important to inspire people to believe each of us can make that difference. As all these special volunteers today have shown us, there is no better time than now to engage and get involved in making our communities a better place. Volunteerism can be contagious and needs only a small spark to ignite. Why not then inspire as many as we can towards a better society for all of us? A movement of people embracing a world of challenges and opportunities to conquer them and convert these hopes into reality. I wish to thank all the volunteers nominated at this year's V Awards. You have ignited that spark and worked hard to make your corner of the world a better place. Thank you for your extraordinary contribution in showing us that every day, every little act of volunteerism most definitely counts, and for inspiring Sri Lankans to not only think about but act upon the initiatives you have been nominated for. Thank you.
Awards 2015 finalists.
තම පුතුගේ වියෝවෙන් අනතුරුව දැයේ දරුවන්ට පිය සෙනෙහස පුද කළ ඔහු සැබෑ පරාර්ථකාමී මිනිසෙක්. ආබාධිත තත්ත්වයේ පසුවන දරුවන් සිද්ධායුර්වේද ප්‍රතිකාර තුළින් සුව කිරීම උදෙසා තම ධනයත් ශ්‍රමයත් වැය කරන මේ මිනිසා නමින් ගණේෂන් වේලායුධම්.
I'm making a lot of change for these people. I'm changing their lives. I'm making the children to go to school, normal schools, making them walk. So I'm really, really happy about it.
හෙට දින පිබිදෙන මල් කැකුළු අනාගත සමාජය කරා සවිමත් ලෙස ඔසවා තැබීම ඔහුගේ ප්‍රමුඛතම අරමුණයි. මෙවර වී සම්මානය උදෙසා ඔහු නිර්දේශ වන්නේ එම සමාජශීලී දායකත්වය නිසාමයි.
තරුණ තරණයන් විශාල ප්‍රමාණයකට තමන් සමාජ වෙබ්බඩේ යරහා ලබාගත යුත්තේ මොකද්ද කළ යුත්තේ මොකද්ද කියලා විශේෂ දැනුමක් නැහැ.
ඇය සයිබර් අවකාශය තුල සැරිසරන්නේ උතුම් වූ මනුෂ්‍යත්වයේ අගය ලොවට කියා දෙන්නටයි. හිරු එළියක් වන්නට නොහැකි ලොව තුල පහන් සිලක වේ ඝන අඳුර දුරලන ආලෝකයක් වන්නට ඇය ගන්නා වූ වෙහෙස අපමණයි. ජීවිතයේ හෙට දවසට බලාපොරොත්තුවක් එක් කරන්නට Voice for People සමග ඇය ගන්නා වූ වීර්යය අසම සමයි. නූතන මාධ්‍ය තුල මහා විප්ලවකරු සමාජ ජාල හරහා විශ්ව ගම්මානයට පිවිස මිනිසුන් දහසක් අතර මනුසත්කම හඳුනන වෙනස් මිනිසෙකු වීමට පෙර තරන ඇය නිෂාදා හිමන්සි. ශබ්දය කිසි දිනක ඔහුගේ මනස තුල සංවේදනයක් ඇති කළේ නැත. කුඩා කල සිටම ඔහු සියල්ලම ශ්‍රවණය කළේ නෙත් දෙකිනි.
ගස යට සල්පත්
දිවාරෑ වෙහෙසෙමින් ශ්‍රවණ ආබාධ වලින් පීඩා විඳින මිනිසුන්ගේ ගැටලුවලට නව තාක්ෂණය ඔස්සේ විසඳුම් සෙවීමටත් ඔහු කළ මෙහෙවර අති දැවැන්තය.
මේ හැමදාම තියෙන මගේ බලාපොරොත්තු තමයි මේ බෙහෙර සමාජයේ අධ්‍යාත්මික වශයෙන් වගේම ආර්ථික වශයෙන්ම වගේම සමාජික වශයෙන්ම වගේම අධ්‍යාපනික වශයෙන් හන්ත හතර තියෙන මේ පරිපූර්ණ වෙච්ච බෙහෙර සමාජයක් උන්ටගෙන තමයි මගේ අරමුණ.
නොඇසෙනා මිනිසුන්ට netin ඇසීමට මඟ සලසනු වස් මහා යුග මෙහෙවරක නියැලෙන ඔහු කසුන් ජයතුංග.
Bee Awards 2015 Finalists.
වී සම්මාන ගමනේ අවසන් 10 දෙනා අතරට පැමිණි තවත් තිදෙනෙකු අපි දැන් හඳුනාගන්නවා. ගෝකුල් අපි සූදානම් වන්නේ මේ තිදෙනත් මේ වේදිකාවේදී ඇගයීමට ලක් කරන්න.
முதலிலே மாற்று ஆற்றல் மாற்றுத்திறனுடைய பிள்ளைகளின் கல்வி அபிவிருத்திக்காகவும் அவர்களுடைய நலனுக்காகவும் அரும்பணியாற்றிய தன்னார்வ தொண்டர் கணேஸ்வரன் வேலாயுதம் அவருக்கான கௌரவம் முதலில் இந்த மேடையில் உங்களுடைய பலத்த கரகோஷத்துக்கு மத்தியில் இடம்பெறுகிறது.
අපි රටට හඳුන්වා දෙන අපේ මීළඟ නිහඬ සේවයේ නිරත ස්වේච්ඡා සේවකයා ගණේශ්වරන් වේලායුධම්. ගණේශ්වරන් වේලායුධම් මහතා මේ ආකාරයට මේ වේදිකාවේදී එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ ස්වේච්ඡා සේවකයින් අතින් ඇගයීමට ලක් වෙනවා. වී සම්මාන උළෙලේ මීළඟට මේ වේදිකාවේදී ඇගයීමට ලක්වන්නේ நிஷாதா ஹிமான்சி மெனவிய.
சமூக அபிவிருத்தி கிராமிய குடும்ப கட்டமைப்பினை மேம்படுத்துவதற்காக அரும்பணியாற்றிய தன்னார்வ தொண்டர் நிஷாதா இமான்ஷிக்கான கௌரவம் இப்போது இடம்பெறுகிறது.
මෙලෙස ඇගයීමට ලක්වෙන මේ ස්වේච්ඡා සේවකයින් අතරින් කෙනෙකු අද දවසේදී වී සම්මානය සඳහා උරුමකම් කියනු ඇති. මීළඟට මේ වේදිකාවට අපි කැඳවන්නේ කසුන් ජයතුංග මහතා. කසුන් ජයතුංග මහතා මීළඟට මේ වේදිකාවේදී එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ ස්වේච්ඡා සේවකයින් අතින් ඇගයීමට ලක් වෙනවා.
செவிப்புல குறைபாடு உடையவர்களுடைய சமூக அந்தஸ்தை மற்றும் சமத்துவத்தை உறுதிப்படுத்தியமைக்காக தன்னார்வ தொண்டர் கசுன் சேத்துங்குவுக்கான கௌரவத்தினை ஐக்கிய நாடுகள் சபையினுடைய தொண்டர் படையினர் இப்பொழுது வழங்குகிறார்கள்.
සමාජ සවිවල ගැන්වීම් හා සමාජ සුභසාධනා මාත්‍ය ගරු SB දිසානායක මහතාගේ පණිවිඩය එක්සත් ජාතීන්ගේ ස්වේච්ඡා සේවකයෙකු විසින් දැන් මේ සභාවට ඉදිරිපත් කරනු ඇති.
Good evening. I would like to convey the following message on behalf of Honorable S.B. Disanayaka, the Minister of Social Empowerment and Welfare. Begin quote. The Ministry of Social Empowerment and Welfare has a long-standing partnership with United Nations volunteers. Through our partnership, we strive to promote volunteerism in Sri Lanka and constantly explore ways to mobilize volunteers within the development process. We have worked together towards the streamlining and better coordination of volunteer activities in Sri Lanka. A great example of this partnership is the establishment of the National Volunteering Secretariat. It is the permanent institution under the Ministry of Social Empowerment and Welfare, established in collaboration with United Nations volunteers to promote volunteerism in Sri Lanka. This evening, we witness another excellent example of our efforts coming together. We are honored to be a major part of the awards, an initiative that recognizes silent heroes who make selfless contributions to the betterment of communities by adding value to overall development efforts in the country. By honoring these deserving volunteers, this evening we have shown to our nation that a volunteer can achieve so much as role models in their societies. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to them for their noble service to our society, as well as to wish them the very best to continue their work and grow from strength to strength. Finally, I would like to thank all partners of the awards for putting together such a grand and valuable event. End quote. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you a pleasant evening.